Jake here for American Muscle, and today I'm taking a look at this factory-style driver's side headlight with the matte black housing and clear lens, fitting 2015 to 2017 Mustangs, as well as 2018 to 2022 GT350 and GT500s. Now, if you've looked up the price for an OEM headlight from Ford recently, you're probably still experiencing sticker shock. But fear not. If your Mustang is in need of a replacement headlight, be it from an accident or just normal wear and tear, here is an OEM style and quality replacement. It's going to get your Mustang looking factory fresh in the most affordable way possible. If you're familiar with the factory headlights on pre-facelift S550s, then you know pretty much exactly what you're looking at here. Now, while this is not a Ford part, it is basically identical to the original. Still has those tri-bar LED daytime running lights on the inside with the big xenon HID projector for the main and high beams here too. So again, essentially identical to your factory headlight. And it's going to use all the same factory bulbs and ballasts too, so no need to get anything additional for it. Just swap over your originals to this new one. And just like your factory headlights, these are DOT and SAE compliant, of course making them fully street legal. Now, as you can tell, this is only the driver's side headlight we have here on the table, but we do have the matching passenger side one available on our site as well, should you need to get both. Construction also mimics your factory setup with a polycarbonate lens on the outer side and an ABS plastic construction for the housing. These are weather sealed to keep out dirt and moisture, and they are also ISO certified, meaning that they're going to meet or exceed OEM quality specifications. But the price is perhaps the biggest selling point here. Coming in at around $400, this is the most affordable factory replacement for your Mustang's headlights, bar none. And it's way less expensive than the equivalent part from Ford themselves. Trust me, I checked it out for you. These are roughly 1/6 the price of a factory replacement, and they're gonna work just as well as your originals, so you really can't argue with that. Installation is gonna get a 2 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and it should take you about an hour to get this job done. And the reason for that 2 out of 3 rating is that you are going to need to pull off your front bumper cover in order to gain access to the headlight. So it's a bit more involved than just swapping out a bulb, but this is certainly a job that you can accomplish at home. You are going to have to again swap over your factory ballast and bulbs here, but again, that is a total plug and play operation. And to show you just how to get it done, let's throw it over to one of our AM customers.
The tools you're going to use for this install are a 1/4-inch drive ratchet, a flathead screwdriver, a trim pad remover, a 7mm socket, an 8mm socket, a 10mm socket, a 13mm socket, a T20 socket, and a 7/32 socket. Hey everyone, Pete Brushy here. Today we're going to be installing a headlight on my 2015 Ford Mustang EcoBoost. Let's get started putting this headlight in. First, we're going to jack the car up in the air and pop the hood. You don't have to go too high in the air, just tall enough so that you can crawl under the front of the vehicle. And always use jack stands when you're getting under a vehicle. Let's go ahead and pop this hood. Using your trim tool, remove the 8 plastic clips that are holding in the radiator shroud. This trim tool is really handy for doing this. Remove the radiator shroud. Remove the 6 8mm bolts holding the bumper to the core support. Remove both 7mm bolts holding the bumper close to the headlight assembly. Be sure to remove this bolt on both sides. Next, you'll want to crawl underneath the vehicle, remove the 16 7mm bolts and 6 plastic clips that are holding the undershield. Now remove the undershield. Next, with your trim tool, remove the 5 plastic clips inside your inner wheel wells. Once you have the inner fender out of the way, you'll want to remove the 7mm bolt that's holding the bumper to the headlight bracket. Twist counterclockwise to remove all of your turn signal indicators. Turn counterclockwise to remove your turn signal bulbs and push this prong in on your fog light connector if equipped. Carefully unclip the bumper from the headlight bracket, then come to the front of the vehicle, lift up, and pull the bumper away, carefully. Remove the 13mm bolt from the side of the headlight housing. Then remove the two 10mm bolts holding the headlight to the car. Remove the headlight from the vehicle, but be careful because the headlight is still connected. Unplug that, and your old headlight is free. Remove the 4T20 headlight ballast bolts. Then unplug your ballast connectors. Remove the back cover on your light bulb. Unplug the connector. Once you've removed the connector, unlock the light bulb lock and remove the light bulb. Don't touch the light bulb. You don't want to leave hot spots on the glass. Now, in order to get this harness out, the wire that you unplugged by the headlight bulb, you need to carefully snake it through behind. You can watch through the ballast window, and it's free. Over on your new headlight, you need to remove this lock ring. So push this tab down and rotate, and then you can pull the lock ring out, like so. Using that same tab, the lock ring splits in two, and you'll be able to install it around your headlight bulb. When you install this locking ring assembly, it does only go on one way. Make sure that this circle tab goes in that hole and the oval one goes into the other, like that. And then you can close and lock your locking clip. Rotate that back in, gently push the bulb in, rotate it until it stops. You do need to install the locking clip back in the way that you took it apart, and then you can plug back in the connector. Then take the ballast that you had before, plug in the new connector, and then the wire that you fed in from the headlight, plug that connector in. And once you've plugged in your connectors, put the ballast back on to the headlight and tighten the 4 ballast screws. Place your cap back on the headlight to seal it. Make sure you get a nice good seal. Press that on firm. Now we're ready to put the headlight back on the car. At this point, I'm just going to plug in the headlight and place it where it belongs. Because before we get the car all back together, it's best we test it. You can see the headlight works great. Both the HID and the daytime running lights are illuminated. That means we did it right. Now, installation is reverse of the removal. We're gonna make sure that this pin here is inside of the fender bracket, and we're gonna start the 13mm bolt and then the two 10mm bolts. And we're gonna take our ratchet and snug everything down. Now you'll want to reinstall the bumper and the rest of the components in the order which they were removed.
That's going to wrap it up for our review and install of the factory-style driver's side headlight with the matte black housing and clear lens fitting 2015 to 2017 Mustangs and 2018 to 2022 GT350 and GT500s. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, for all things Mustang, be sure to keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.